What's going on, guys? JSGC here, back again for another Manchester City video, where today we're going to be doing my preview of Manchester City's away game against Fulham in the Premier League. So before I do crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, do subscribe to my channel. It is free to subscribe. Social media links there in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up if you do enjoy this video, and also don't forget as well to leave your thoughts in the comments below, including your score and team prediction for this game. Finally, I want to say a big thank you to SofaScore, today's video sponsor. SofaScore is an app that's going to keep you guys up to date with all the latest football scores from around the grounds. They'll keep you up to date with the latest match information, along with the latest team news, statistics and so much more. Not just limited to football scores and information, it's got you guys covered for all the sports that you guys love to follow, all in one place, all in one app. SofaScore is a free app to download. All you need to do is press the link in the description or scan the QR code on screen, and that'll take you to the download page to download SofaScore. SofaScore, a very highly rated app, and anyone that does download using my link in the description or the QR code on screen does help to support the future content created here on my channel. So the aim here for Manchester City is one more point, because our goal difference is superior to everybody else around us. One more point will be enough to secure Champions League football heading into next season, and that has to be the aim. Everyone seems very relaxed about things, which is fantastic to see, but I just want to reiterate the importance that this job is not done yet for Manchester City, and they do have to turn up and play to the very best of their ability. What we don't want to do is turn up and think this game's already won, Champions League football's already secured, and then we get a huge sting. We're nearly there, but we're not there just yet. Got one more game to go, got to be taking it very seriously, and we've got to have the same attitude that we've been having for the last, 5 or 6 weeks in terms of our Premier League form, and ensuring that we're getting the results that are needed to ensure Champions League football for next season. Nearly there, job isn't done yet, still got one game to go. Got to be taking it very seriously. So we're heading to Craven Cottage for our final away game of the season. Away day number 19 in Premier League, match day number 38, the final game of the Premier League season on Sunday, 25th of May 2025, with a 4 p.m. BST kickoff time. The game has not been selected for broadcast in the UK, so if you are wanting to watch this game, you're going to be heading to the streams once more. Anybody heading down to West London for this game, do enjoy yourselves and have a cracking away day. So our opponents, Fulham, formed in 1879, led by manager Marco Silva, find themselves 10th in the Premier League. They can finish as low as 12th if AFC Bournemouth beat Leicester at home and Crystal Palace beat Liverpool away, and Fulham lose this game. If Fulham win, they can climb as high as 9th should Brentford not beat Wolverhampton Wanderers away. But Fulham do have nothing to play for, so I'm hoping flip-flops are on and they're mentally on the beach. But they're going to want to try and cause an upset here against Manchester City, so I think first goal very crucial. If City can get that first goal, then I'm hoping Fulham's heads will drop, and then we'll be able to apply ourselves and keep pushing, and if we can grab a second goal and get that killer 2-goal cushion, I'm hoping that Manchester City can then make it a formality and push on from there. I hope. I want things to be as easy and as casual and as calm as possible. Now, in terms of Fulham's form, won 3 in the last 7 games, including a 3-2 home win against Liverpool and away wins against Southampton by 2-1, and won 3-2 away from home in their last game against Brentford. They have lost recent home games as well, including a 2-1 loss against Chelsea and a 3-1 loss against Everton. They are a little inconsistent, but they do have the quality. They are a good team. Got a brilliant manager as well. City, got to be very careful. Now, having a look at the dangers, I rate Fulham's defence. Leno in goal, Anthony Robinson at left back, got physical presence in centre back from Bassi and Anderson. They've got Tete at right back as well. It's a decent defence. They've got Emile Smith-Rowe in attacking midfield. They've got pace in their attack as well, including wingers Adama Traore and Alex Iwobi. They're also looking to try and expose that Manchester City high line, and they do have former Wolves striker Raul Jimenez starting up top. Got good options from the bench as well, including Wilson and Sessegnon. Now, they are missing a couple of players from this game, including Carvalho, Nelson, Reed and Castagne. So I'm expecting Fulham to line up with a 4-2-3-1 formation. Leno starting in goal, Tete on the right-hand side, Robinson on the left-hand side, Anderson and Bassi as their two centre-backs, Sander Berg, Lukic and Smith-Rowe as their three central midfielders, Traore on one side, Iwobi on the other, and Jimenez starting as their striker. For Manchester City, formed in 1894, led by manager Pep Guardiola, find ourselves third in the Premier League. We need 1 point to secure Champions League football for next season, as Manchester City's goal difference is 15 above Aston Villa, and there will not be a 15-goal swing in one game, so 1 point needed here for Manchester City. So permutations, Man City win, we secure third, unless there's an 8-goal swing between Manchester City and Arsenal, who play Southampton away from home in their final game of the season, then we would finish second. Highly unlikely, so I think we're playing here for Champions League football, and the best case is Manchester City finish third. If Manchester City draw, then we will get top 5 unless Aston Villa overturn that 15-goal difference and they manage to beat Manchester United by 15 goals at Old Trafford. And as funny as that would be, I'd prefer for it to be 14-0 than 15-0 if we do draw this game 0-0, so we can get Champions League football. If Manchester City lose, then Aston Villa, they're going to be hunting to try and beat Manchester United away, and we'd be hoping for some favours. So if Aston Villa beat Manchester United away, Chelsea beat Nottingham Forest away, and Newcastle beat Everton at home, and Man City lose this game, which I am going to add is not impossible, then Manchester City would miss out on Champions League football. Nottingham Forest can still get Champions League football with a win over Chelsea, and they're going to hope that either Newcastle or Aston Villa don't win their game. Nottingham Forest cannot catch Manchester City unless there is a goal swing of 13, and that would mean Nottingham Forest winning their game and Manchester City losing theirs. So it's not going to happen. So I think worst case scenario here for Man City, if things go real south on Sunday, is we'd end up playing in the Europa League rather than the Europa Conference League. But we've got a big summer coming up. We want to transition properly, and I feel like to attract the biggest and best names, we need to be playing Champions League football for next season. So this is a huge game when it comes to the future of Manchester City. Now, in terms of City's form, 18 wins in 42, won 10 of our last 15 games. In all competitions, we've won our last game by 3-1 against Bournemouth on Tuesday night to get back to winning ways. We said farewell to Kevin De Bruyne at the Etihad Stadium, but he is still in contention to feature in this game, his final game ever for Manchester City. We did lose to Crystal Palace last weekend in the FA Cup final by 1-0 at Wembley. We are still unbeaten in the Premier League, though, unbeaten in 9 games, last tasting defeat on the road to Nottingham Forest on March 8th of 2025. Manchester City in their 9 games have won 6 of them 9 games in that unbeaten run, so hopefully we can continue that and secure Champions League football here at Craven Cottage. Now, in terms of injury news, as far as I'm aware, everyone is fit other than John Stones. I know there's been some question marks about Savinho and why he didn't feature in the squad. I don't know if there's some personal issues, but Savinho's been training, so I presume he's in contention for this game. We know that Mateo Kovacic, confirmed by sources in Croatia, have said that he's got a heel problem, so they're not expecting him to be available for the upcoming June international break, and they're expecting him to miss the Club World Cup should Manchester City choose to give Kovacic surgery this summer. I reckon Man City will take that decision, but they'll only decide after this game. So Kovacic would have been in contention for this game, but he got a red card in our last game, so he is suspended and won't be featuring here. So if I were Man City, I'd be sitting down with him right now asking, does he see himself having a future at Man City? And if he doesn't want to leave this summer, then I'd ensure that he'd get that operation as soon as possible to allow him to go on holiday, get some rest, and have him available for the new season around August to September time, as we're looking at a 2 to 3 month layoff there for Mateo Kovacic. Now, it does mean that Manchester City are going to have players missing out on their squad. So the likes of James McAtee, could be his last game for Manchester City ever, Rico, Lewis, Khusanov, Hayes, Echeverry and more could well miss out once more. Wild, we're needing some clarification on that. Pep Guardiola doesn't like so many players missing out on football games. It does want to try and trim the squad a little bit, so it does mean maybe 2 or 3 of these young players could potentially leave City either on a permanent basis or be sold by Manchester City, and City will then just look to try and chop and change a little bit in the first team playing squad as they look towards that transition, is what I think the summer is going to look like. So Man City will still have a squad of probably between 22 and 24, but there may be some players who are dipping in and out who can play both in the elite development squad and the City first team, as we do also have to be weary about homegrown players. Anyway, that's about the summer transfer window. We've got to stay focused here. Could well be Ederson's last ever game for Manchester City. He seems to have hinted a farewell on his last Instagram post. There's some question marks over the future. Bernardo, Silva, Ilkay, Gundogan, Stefan, Ortega-Moreno and Jack Grealish, who could all be playing their final game for Manchester City as well. It is going to be Kevin De Bruyne's last ever Manchester City game, so tissues at the ready, everybody. And then maybe one or two players who haven't been linked with the exit door who do end up leaving Manchester City. It's the nature of football. Everybody else, though, is back. Rodri in contention once more. Isn't going to be starting this game, but could well get more minutes, which will be fantastic to see. Same with Oscar Bobb, as I think the plan is to have both them players fully fit heading into the Club World Cup next month. So, going to pop up my team prediction now. I think City line up with Ederson in goal. I reckon we'll go Núñez, Akanji, Diaz and Josko Gvardiol as our back four. As much as I want to see Nico O'Reilly starting on the left-hand side, and we go with Ruben Diaz and Josko Gvardiol as our two centre-backs. Manuel Akanji to be getting as many minutes as possible. So I think O'Reilly's going to miss out, and this is what I think Pep's going to go with, and I think it'll be Núñez on the right, Josko Gvardiol on the left, and Akanji and Diaz as our two centre-backs. Then I think Man City are going to alternate a little bit in midfield, so surely now Nico Gonzalez is going to be starting, so I'm going Nico Gonzalez to start along with Ilkay Gundogan. I think you'll see Gonzalez come off after 70-75 minutes is when he normally comes off, and you'll see Rodri come on and do 15 or 20 minutes here for Manchester City. I go with Marmoush playing behind Erling Haaland more as like a two striker, and maybe to be coupled up there with Bernardo Silva on one side and Jeremy Doku on the other. It does mean that they've got good options from the bench, including Oscar Bobb, Rodri, Jack Grealish, Savinho, O'Reilly, De Bruyne, Ake, Ortega. It's got a real first team feel there about Manchester City, and the squad is looking much healthier and much stronger as well. Turn to my score prediction. I think it's going to be a close game. I do think City are going to pick up the 3 points, so I'm going 2-1 Manchester City. Don't think there'll be any goals in the first half. I think it might be quite a cagey, slow affair. I think City will be assessing how things are going with the other games at half-time, and then City, I think, will look to try and push on. So I think City will take the lead. Going for Man City to score from the penalty spot. Erling Haaland back in amongst the goals. I reckon later on into the game, Fulham equalise through Alex Iwobi. That gives Man City the spur again to go on and try and win the game. And with Fulham defending a bit deeper, we get them pinned, and Marmoush steps up and scores a goal. Might even be a good goal, might be goal of the season like we saw in midweek against AFC Bournemouth, and I'm going Manchester City to win this game by 2-1, coast the win out and seal third place and Champions League football for next season. That's the plan. Fingers crossed. Betting tips then. Difficult to predict this one. It's difficult to predict any of the games through the final game of the season. Who knows what mental state the players are in? I'm not too sure. So I'm going here. Both teams to score. City to win. Haaland back scoring goals. And I do fancy Nico Gonzalez picking up a yellow card anytime. Now Fulham, they're going to be back in Premier League action in August for the start of the 2025-2026 season. They will have pre-season in July. Can't seem to find any information about their pre-season as of yet. Maybe it hasn't been announced, and it won't be announced till after this game, but when I did my research, couldn't find anything. For Manchester City, we're back in Premier League action as well in August for the start of the 2025-2026 season. We've also got no pre-season, as well as we are playing in the Club World Cup in the United States of America as they prepare for the actual World Cup next summer. So that starts in June. Manchester City playing Wydad Athletic Club from Morocco on June 18th, 5 p.m. BST kickoff time. That's from Lincoln Financial Field in Pennsylvania, the home of the current Super Bowl champions, the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFL. So bring on the Club World Cup once we hopefully get the job done here in West London. So last note, I will be back with another live watch along to end the season. Going live for this at 3:30 p.m. BST. I'll have the link out to that later on today for you to go and set your reminders for. Remember, must not lose game this for Man City to secure Champions League football for next season, and then we can turn our focus to the Club World Cup and the upcoming massive summer transfer window. So that's been today's preview. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up on the video if you did enjoy it. That would be much appreciated. It lets me know that you are enjoying the videos. Also, don't forget as well to leave your thoughts in the comments below, including your score and team prediction for this game. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new around here. It is free. Social media links, they're in the description as well if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. And finally, do go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore. I'll see you all again for my live watch along on Sunday of this game. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.